little more than 24 hours since the blast, and they've just opened up an area very close. This is our first video of the actual spot where one of the blasts went off, so you can see how far the camera is away. That's why it's shaking. They've been able to get up pretty close. A lot of work to be done there. Much of the investigation has been complete there, but it'll be a while before folks are able to get back into that spot. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are taking a close look now at the intelligence coming in. The House and Senate Intelligence Committees today holding closed-door hearings on this investigation. Remember, sources say the attacker apparently rigged pressure cookers with shards of metal and nails and ball bearings. Joining us now, the Vice Chairman of the Senate Select Committee on Intelligence, the Georgia Republican Senator Saxby Chambliss. Senator, good of you. Thank you.
Thanks, Shep. Good to be with you.
Thank you. Fully aware and appreciative of the fact that we can't know anything, but could you start us off with telling us what we can know?
Well, the press has most of the facts as we know it, Shep. D&I Clapper didn't shed a whole lot of new light on where we are with respect to the investigation. A couple of things that have happened today. The Taliban in Pakistan has said they had nothing to do with it. That's not really surprising, but what is surprising there is that nobody else has claimed any credit for this event. And usually in the terrorist world, whoever does something of significance like this jumps out there and immediately takes credit for it. The other thing of significance is the fact that the person of interest now looks like is no longer a person of interest. He was fully cooperative, and turns out he was injured in the blast like unfortunately so many others were, and he is no longer a person of interest. So we're kind of back to square one with regard to the who and why.
Senator, there was no claim of responsibility, that there was no chatter about this before or after, it's our understanding, and that nobody has come forward. Does this suggest to us, did they indicate in this briefing today whether they're leaning toward maybe this was something not as much about terror per se as about something we haven't yet identified?
Well, certainly we know it was an act of terrorism. The question is, was it an act of international group? Was it a homegrown terrorist, which is one of our worst fears? Was it what we call a lone wolf? Somebody who just decided for whatever reason to take out their anger against this very soft target in Boston? Those are questions, Shep, that unfortunately we just don't have the answer to. But the FBI and the special agent in charge there, I happen to know, and he is a very, very capable, one of the best FBI agents. They're doing a good job of doing what they can to get to the bottom of it in a hurry, but this is going to be a complicated case.
Yeah, that's perfectly clear. Senator, I was at the Oklahoma City bombings when they happened, and it was a while before we realized Timothy McVeigh and still some unknown accomplices were responsible for that and their said motives behind it. Do you have a sense whether something of that nature may be what we're talking about here, or are all these questions really worthless because we really don't have any idea yet?
Yeah, I'm afraid we really don't have any idea, Shep. You look at the comparison of the Centennial Park bombing at the '96 Olympics, nobody claimed credit, and a couple of wild goose chases were made at that time. Right now, the FBI is doing what they should do, cooperating with the Massachusetts law enforcement agencies and all of our intelligence agencies around the world to try to do what they can to figure out the who and the what. But it's a slow go right now.
Senator, I can report to you with some degree of certainty that over the past 24 hours, this city's doing a lot better. There are a lot of smiling faces on the streets. There are a lot of people who are hugging their neighbors. So many of those who survived this yesterday have been telling me, I feel like we're all going to be closer because of this. And I've told them, yeah, that's what I learned in Oklahoma City, and that's what we learned even at Columbine. I wonder if you have a message for these folks who are sitting at home watching.
Well, Boston is such a great city. I've been there many times, and there are great people in Boston. It's a city that's known for its hospitality, and a city that is known worldwide for this particular race. And I heard your comments earlier, and I hope next year's race is the biggest and best ever. And I know that the people in Boston are going to continue to serve the best clam chowder around and great lobsters.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Senator Saxby Chambliss, Republican of Georgia, live with us from the Hill. Senator, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Sure. Thank you.
Our coverage will continue here from Boston.